Malaysia, and then I'll continue with English, and then I'll open the floor to Q&A. So, salam sejahtera kepada semua rakan media. Sukacita dimaklumkan bahawa Malaysia telah menandatangani perjanjian tarif timbal balas ataupun agreement on reciprocal tariff dengan Amerika Syarikat pada petang tadi, dan terima kasih kepada rakan sejawat saya, Wakil Perdagangan Amerika Syarikat, Duta Haji Bersempena atas kerjasama mengutamatkan perjanjian ini. Dan seperti mana yang kita sedia maklum dan yang saya telah pun terangkan sebelum ini, perjanjian ini memeterai secara rasmi apa yang telah pun dipersetujui sebelum ini dan yang saya telah pun kongsikan di Parlimen dan juga di media beberapa kali. So there have been no changes to our earlier commitments. Malah Amerika Syarikat telah menawarkan akses yang lebih baik dan lebih terjamin kepada pasaran mereka. Jadi sebenarnya apa yang dimeterai adalah lebih baik daripada apa yang telah diumumkan sebelum ini. Amerika Syarikat merupakan salah satu rakan dagangan terbesar kita dan pasaran destinasi penting untuk ekspor utama kita, ya, termasuk barangan E&E, peralatan dan perubatan, komponen arwah angkasa, produk pertanian tertentu serta komoditi. Dan dengan menawarkan liberalisasi tarif yang luas dan strategik, kita bukan sahaja mengukuhkan hubungan perdagangan dua hala tetapi juga menjamin akses yang lebih baik dan terjamin kepada pasaran Amerika Syarikat yang luas. Ini penting, ya, untuk menyokong kemampanan jangka panjang dan juga daya saing global industri Malaysia, terutamanya dalam mengukuhkan kedudukan mereka dalam rantaian nilai ataupun supply chain, ya, global yang kompleks. Melalui gabungan konsesi tarif dan komitmen komersial, kita telah menjamin penurunan dari 25% hingga 19% tahap tarif. Kita juga telah mendapat komitmen yang lebih baik daripada Amerika Syarikat, iaitu pengecualian 1,711 talian tarif daripada pengenaan tarif 19%. Meliputi ekspor utama Malaysia seperti minyak sawit, barangan berasaskan getah, produk koko, komponen dan juga alat ganti pesawat dan pharmaceutical, yang secara kolektif menyumbang hampir 12% daripada jumlah ekspor kita ke Amerika Syarikat. Jadi ini menjamin daya saing yang berterusan untuk ekspor Malaysia di pasaran Amerika Syarikat. 12% ini lebih kurang 5.2 bilion US dollar. Selain itu, komitmen oleh Malaysia di bawah perjanjian ini akan diberi pertimbangan sewajarnya, ya, dalam keputusan Amerika Syarikat berkenaan Seksyen 232 Akta Pengembangan Perdagangan 1962 mereka. Jadi hal ini akan melibatkan produk seperti semiconductor. Dan dari segi manfaat pada industri Malaysia, dengan tarif import yang lebih rendah, produk Amerika Syarikat boleh memasuki pasaran Malaysia dengan lebih mudah dan berdaya saing, dan ini menjadikan barangan berkualiti tinggi seperti peralatan perubatan, perkakasan IT dan alat ganti mesin lebih mampu milik untuk perniagaan dan penggunaan Malaysia. Jadi contohnya, pelbagai import jentera, komponen arwah angkasa dan juga alat otomasi daripada Amerika Syarikat yang berteknologi canggih boleh digunakan pakai sebagai input dan membantu pengilang Malaysia meningkatkan kecekapan dan meningkatkan rantaian bekalan industri. Ini selaras dengan National Industrial Master Plan. Persekitaran perdagangan yang lebih terbuka dan boleh diramal juga meningkatkan keyakinan melabur. Jadi syarikat Amerika Syarikat juga akan lebih cenderung untuk mengembangkan operasi di Malaysia. Seterusnya ada elemen lain perjanjian ini. Satu, akses pasaran, iaitu halangan bukan tarif, ekonomi digital, rantaian bekalan, mineral kritikal dan unsur nadi bumi. Jadi itu adalah, nanti saya boleh beri pencerahan dalam sesi soal jawab nanti. So again, thank you all for attending this media press conference. I will start with saying that today, this afternoon, the two leaders, President Trump and Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, signed the agreement on reciprocal tariff. And I would like to say thank you also to my counterpart, U.S. Trade Representative, Ambassador J. Bersempena, as he has been quite instrumental in assisting towards the conclusion of the agreement. As I mentioned before, this agreement has already been agreed before. This is the official agreement that is announced, that's been done in writing. It's the same points that I also shared in Parliament before, so what I'm trying to say here, there's been no changes to our earlier commitment. So there's no changes from Malaysia's commitment to the United States. In fact, United States have actually given better access compared to what was agreed before, and also some commitment to access to their market. So what have been given to us was better than what was agreed verbally or announced before. And as you know, United States of America is one of our biggest, in fact, largest trading partner, largest export market as well for Malaysian exporters, and our largest investor into the country in terms of FDI. We look at E&E, semiconductor, machinery, chemical, petrochemical, aerospace. Those are some of the key industries for Malaysian exporters. So by having this access to the United States and making sure that the trade flows between the two countries continue to be strong, this agreement will be good as it gives certainty to both exporters and importers, and basically helping trade. And as I mentioned again before, this commitment guarantees for now the tariff rate to be at 19%, and we also have achieved a better commitment from the United States, where we had exception to 1,711 tariff line from being hit at 19%, and this includes export like palm oil, rubber, cocoa, aerospace equipments, and also some parts of pharmaceutical. And this export collectively amounts to about $5.2 billion of our export to the United States, which is about 12% of our total export. Apart from that, as you've seen from the joint statement, United States of America has also mentioned in their joint statement that they will give favorable consideration to Section 232 because of the tariff agreement that was signed today. And this especially relevant to us when it comes to semiconductor. And in terms of benefits to the industry, especially the Malaysian industry, with a lower tariff at 19%, of course, we can also see the imports from the United States becoming more competitive and also cheaper. This will make it easier for high quality equipments like high-quality equipment and machines, medical devices, IT, etc. Is good for our industry and also to our users. So that's all I want to say. There is also a few other elements in the agreement, which is market access, non-tariff barriers, there's digital economy, there's supply chain, there's critical minerals and rare earth. So those are also covered, as you can see from the announcement made. But I don't want to go into detail. I would like to now open the floor for questions. Thank you. Okay.
Hi, Datuk Zafrul. I'm Yang from Perdagangan. I have questions on the products list out in the Annex 3 of the executive order.
Sorry, can you repeat again?
Annex 3.
Annex 3.
The executive order.
Okay.
That allow Malaysia export to US enjoy the 0% reciprocal tariff. Can you tell us how many products in total will enjoy this zero tariff? And
Can. I think I mentioned just now 1,711. Those are the tariff lines that is not being imposed, not subjected to 19%.
Hi. Oh, sorry. Here, this side.
Okay. So whoever holds the mic gets a chance to ask.
So under the new trade deal, Malaysia has agreed for trusted cross-border data transfers. So how does MITI define and safeguard these trusted data transfers while protecting national data sovereignty?
Yeah, we will follow the laws that are here. I mean, the current laws and regulations. So we'll follow whatever we have today. So there's no changes to that.
So in the list of investments committed, we saw there was an investment committed for $150 billion for semiconductors, chips, and all that. So I just want to ask, I don't think that was previously announced. Is there more details to this particular commitment that was made? And generally, what is your feeling? Do you feel like you've considered some things for the US? I mean, you say generally your sentiment is positive towards the deal.
Okay, can I answer? Like I said, whatever that we announced has been announced earlier. I'm not sure why you didn't read it properly or heard it properly. That 150 billion US dollars was mentioned in my statement. It was mentioned in Parliament. It's not new, right? So I think you better get your facts right. So in the terms of semiconductor, component, aerospace, all those equipment that is related to our procurement of our companies and multinationals, those are numbers that have been committed by the companies themselves. There is zero funding from the government. This is a commitment from our private sector and also from our GLC based on the capex requirement going forward. Again, it's not new. It's something I haven't said. Similarly to the jets, the Boeing jets, similarly to the acquisition of gas, etc. So those are, if you check back the facts, it's there. Thank you.
Just to clarify with you, the 1,711 products exempted from the tariff, is it effective immediately?
Is it effective immediately?
Once this agreement
60 days, right? Yeah. But once the agreement entry into force, we've been given 60 days. Right?
Okay, we will exchange the letter confirming the ratifications.
Yeah.
Then from that day, 60 days, it will be.
Yeah. So
Onwards from today.
No.
once we all
both exchange letters.
They will exchange the letters, and then 60. It's a legal process. So within 60 days. Easier.
Earliest will be.
No, we were not disappointed. Like I said, we are a bit, in fact, we are satisfied because what was offered before stays for Malaysia, but what we are quite, well, in a way, glad is that we didn't have to backtrack on any of what we've agreed before. And we're also happy that, as I mentioned, on some of the tariff lines, we managed to get more than what was discussed before. She's been waiting for a long time, yeah.
RT reporter asks, how can Asia collaborate with its developed partners such as China, Russia, and USA on science and technology and digital transformation? Thanks.
Sorry, what?
What's your question? Repeat.
Okay. How can Asia collaborate with its developed partners such as
Oh,
China?
okay, all right. Okay, thank you. Finally, one question, not to do with the tariff. Okay, so how does for us, as you've seen today, apart from the signing of the ASEAN Trade and Goods Agreement, which will hopefully address some of the concerns of how do we improve trade within ASEAN, we will also be witnessing tomorrow the ASEAN-China FTA, the upgrade to Protocol 3.0. And at the same time, we have had a good discussions with India as well. We are now just completed the ASEAN-India Summit, where we discussed about the commitment to ensure that we try to substantially conclude the ASEAN Trade and Goods Agreement with India as well. So again, as you know, many ASEAN countries continues to engage other blocs bilaterally as well. For example, with EU, where 3 ASEAN countries have signed FTA with EU, and many ASEAN countries also have joined CPTPP. I think 7 countries have joined CPTPP of ASEAN, and more recently, many countries in ASEAN also have applied to be members of BRICS, of which 1 ASEAN country has been accepted. So our strategy in ASEAN is to continue to follow continue to believe in the principle of ASEAN centrality and ASEAN neutrality, and at the same time continues to engage with all countries as we continue to believe in the rule-based multilateral trading system. Thank you.
One question.
There's one guy here. Okay, go ahead.
Actually, when we look at Section 5 of the agreement, economy and national security, basically Malaysia is committing to ensure the US trade policy and its aim are extended to Malaysia. And the agreement is basically talking about what Malaysia should do and cannot do. Would it actually affect our national sovereignty?
No, it won't affect our national sovereignty, because if you look at the agreement, it respects both national sovereignty. We will not sign something that will affect our national sovereignty.
Sri, one of the clauses here, Sri, one of the clauses mentioned that Malaysia is committed to address barriers impacting digital trade, services
can be more precise in what was, then I can comment or not. I'm not sure which.
Malaysia has committed to refrain.
I know, but what is that commitment by the Ministry of Information or Ministry of Communication?
It's commitment to enforce a social media licensing.
There is not an issue in the agreement. There is no requirement in the agreement to remove it.
Okay, my second question is about the RE MOU, whether the Americans gonna have a processing plans here in Malaysia, or
We are open for all countries. The MOU is not exclusive. So for US, for Japan, for Korea, for China, and of course Australia is already here, we are open for.
So for specifically US, are they going to have a processing plants here?
You have to ask the American companies. We are saying that we are inviting any. We will facilitate. Yeah.
Minister, on the issue of transshipment, has the US provided any clarification as to what it exactly means? How much Chinese content is literally allowed into a Malaysian good before it counts as transshipped?
No, there's no mention about the quantity of the percentage of transshipment or local content.
Discussion or clarification?
No, there wasn't.
And very quickly then, are you confident this is a final deal? Trump is a little unpredictable. Might the US want to revisit, or might Malaysia want to revisit for better terms in the future?
But for us, an agreement is an agreement. So it is not something that we have not.
Cannot be reviewed.
Basically, it is an agreement. To us, we hope that this holds. And of course, if there's changes, we hope that it's for the better.
Datuk Seri.
Yeah, please. Give the mic. Malaysia and US. Partnership. How does it affect other agreements with the US? Or?
Yes, in other spheres like culture, tourism.
Oh, okay. No, this discussion was, if you look at the points that was announced, it's basically just on trade in goods and services, but no discussion on top of what was revealed. Thank you.
One last question.
Yeah.
Some have claimed that there is a stark difference between the White House issued joint statement and also White House issued agreement. So is Malaysia bound to follow the joint statement?
Yes, of course. The joint statement reflects the agreement. There is no difference. What we have agreed, that joint statement was approved by Cabinet. The process was done properly. We worked on the joint statement together, approved by Cabinet last week, and was issued today.
Your Excellency, how do you think this agreement will affect the economics of ASEAN in general?
Which one?
The tariff agreements of Malaysia and the US.
I don't think it will affect ASEAN because this is not something new. This is, of course, something new in the sense that it is in the form of a legal document. So if you look at the rate, for example, 19% still holds, and we are seeing from the discussion with other ASEAN countries that is going ahead, right? So we will look forward to the conclusion of those agreements as well.
Do you think this will give hope to the other ASEAN members to reach a better solution for the tariff agreements?
Well, all I can say is this can be a template. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
AP, why you don't let? Okay.
Tomorrow, ASEAN is signing the upgraded
ASEAN China.
FTA with China. Can you just tell us how important this is and what sort of scope is covered?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so ASEAN China FTA is important, primarily because China obviously is still ASEAN's largest trading partner and has been ASEAN's largest trading partner for many years. But also, one must take note that ASEAN now is also China's largest trading partner. So it's a two-way thing in terms of trade, and it is important that we need to continue to review the trade agreement or the FTA that we have to continue to make it relevant. And this is the version 3.0, which means it's a third upgrade. we looked into areas that was not covered before. For example, areas on digital, on sustainability, and then looking at all the guidelines or the bureaucracy that on standards, etc. that we can do, and also looking at smaller medium enterprises, because we want to make it more inclusive for the smaller medium enterprises, making the smaller players to participate in the trade ecosystem, and also removing some of the non-tariff barriers. So you'll see the details tomorrow, but in a nutshell, in summary, that those are the areas that we hope can help companies on both sides to do more with each other. Thank you very much. Okay, last one. You tanya.
I'm Erica from Malaysia Reserve. So, given the heightened rivalry between Washington and Beijing, how will Malaysia uphold its neutral foreign policy stance?
Yeah, so given the rivalry and given what I said earlier on the position of ASEAN, it's a similar position that Malaysia has. We continue to engage all countries, all blocs. So for us, it's important that we be consistent on our policies and principles so that we treat everyone using the same standards or same policies or same principles as long as we're consistent. So thank you.
Last one from Straits Times. Straits Times.
Oh yes, he's standing out like I said.
I know.
Yeah, so this was discussed. So it's not mandatory, it's just consultation. That's how we interpret it. You dah tanya tadi? Okay, pas kat dia lah.
Dalam side agreement tak ada pasal software NRE.
Maybe you can clarify that a bit.
Mana?
Dalam the agreement, tak
Ada.
ada detail pasal social media and RE. So can you make?
Tak
But
ada.
in the joint statement ada. Can you clarify a bit on that?
Oh, the RE is just that we will, our laws prevail, right? That means we still continue to engage everyone. It's not exclusive to the US. And then on the exports, we are not changing our policies on that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Terima kasih semua. Thank you, media. Ini.